Hi everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me spring edition. So if you want to see how I completed this cute little pink makeup look, then just keep watching. Today I'm doing a little spring look. I just figured it's March now and I have not posted anything in months, so I just really want to get back on here and do like a little cute get ready with me and get ready with you guys. So I'm gonna do like something really pink, something girly, something fresh, blushy, and really cute and fun. I did film this video last night. I just don't like how it turned out, so we're redoing it again today. It wasn't that the makeup look wasn't good. The makeup was bomb, but my vibes and like the energy in the video just wasn't where I want my videos to be at, so I wanted to refilm it today in a little bit more of a lighter mood. It was very late last night when I tried to film it the first time, so I was uber tired. I'm first going to be taking the Jaclyn Hill palette, the OG one, and I'm going to dip into Jax and Chip. It's these two right here. I'm going to go on with a Morphe 158 and do my brows. I am red now, my hair is red now, so this gives me that kind of redness in my brows too to match the hair. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my other brow off camera just because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I just want to make sure it was perfect, and that takes a lot of time, so I didn't want to take up too much footage. Now I'm going to dip into back and a little bit of my from this palette right here, and we're going to use that as our base color. And I really just want to do something really pink and nude and just pretty. I'll insert like a photo somewhere of what I did last night, just so you guys can see what the outcome of last night was. I was obsessed with the look, so obsessed that I actually fell asleep with it on, lashes and all. I think we all have those days. I'm just like, I don't want to take it off. Like I was so tired. I did not feel like taking off my makeup. I'm surprised I even took out my contacts last night. But yeah. By the way, this is a JH34 from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection collaboration. I literally have all the Jaclyn Hill and James Charles Morphe brushes, and honestly, fuck all their other brushes. That's all you really need. I would love to get duplicates of these two sets just because they have every single brush that you could possibly think of in these two sets to do a complete look, and it'd just be like perfect. But I would love to have duplicates of the eyeshadow brushes specifically. But it's always nice to have extra of everything, just because, especially if you're a traveling artist and you're doing other people's makeup and stuff, it's nice to have multiples of brushes just in case you forgot one or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you need the same brush for the same eyeshadow, you know? And James actually, I think he did duplicates in his for his eyeshadows, which I loved that because I use like my M456, I think it's M456. I don't know what it is right now, but my M456 and my M433s, I use those for literally everything. So it's nice that I have two of those brushes in the set. Especially if I want to use them for two different colors and I don't want the look to get muddy. Once you have that laid down, I'm going to pick up a GH31. I love this palette. It's so pretty, so pink, so springtime. I live for it. I'm just going to dip into Love Handles and a little bit of Perfectionist. I'm going to kind of mix those two together to create the vibe that I'm going for. Not too much because these shades are pigmented, girl. Pigmented. I'm going to take this just a little bit deeper in the crease. I'm going to build up some dimension, some blendability, some depth. A little pink, not that pink. I'm gonna clean my brushes in a while, don't judge me. I have to literally take the time to sit down and do stuff like that. And with a toddler, she's gonna be 18 months the end of this month, and it's hard to sit down and do anything, especially even my makeup these days, because I'm always having to chase her around, getting her out of stuff she's not supposed to be into. Thankfully right now she's taking a nap. So I'm gonna go in with this JH41, and I'm gonna pick up my Physicians Formula Rosé Play Palette. I'm gonna dip into the shade Super Bloom, and that is this shade right here, a really pretty wine rosy color. This is just gonna really add the dimension and depth that we're looking for. And I'm gonna start out here in that like little V area and like work it in like this. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going back in with Love Handles and Perfectionist from Jaclyn's Volume 2 palette. I'm just blending out the roughness of Super Bloom. Put it a little bit too high. It's okay. As long as you're light-handed, fix anything. Other news, you guys, I'm pregnant. I am having a boy. I'm due in June 7th to be exact. So it's coming up right around the corner, and it's coming very fast. That was my coffee from this morning. I'm gonna go on with the M433, and I'm gonna dip back into the Volume 2 palette here. Homebody, no, Comfort Zone, Thick Skin, and Next. We're just gonna blend those three together. I'm just gonna deepen this crease even more. Oh yeah, that's gorge. I'm not really like swishing like windshield wiper motions with this. I'm just patting it down because I feel like that's gonna get me the most pigment out of it. I notice sometimes when you are blending color on top of color on top of color on top of color, it can start to fade away if you're doing that windshield wiper swishy motion versus just packing it on and patting it on. So just keep that in mind when you're doing a look like this, or like especially blues and purples where you're building up a lot of different shades. You want to make sure that you're using a lot of packing. And if it comes out a little harsh at first, that's okay, because then you can always take the color before that shade that you were working with and blend it out a bit more. I'm going to use my M166 and some e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Beige. I actually use this as like a concealer as well, but I'm going to use this today to cut my crease right now. I didn't do this last night, but I think I'm going to like how this turns out way more with that crease. So I'm just going to take her time. Pat, 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 pat. Don't drag, just pat. You'll have better luck patting it on and slowly building it across and maneuvering that concealer across an application versus dragging. If you drag it, you're not going to get the same outcome. It won't be as pigmented. I hope I explained that okay, because I am talking kind of like this in the minute, you know, because it's hard to talk when you are doing this stuff without fucking everything up. So just take your time and do not rush it. And remember, if you fuck it up, it can be fixed. So I like to stop mine down here on the bottom, just like about 3/4 of the way through, and then bring it at an angle kind of like this, so that the top is a little bit more elongated than the bottom end right here, if you guys can see what I mean. I feel like it gives more of that almond shaped effect to the eye versus hooded or like drowsy, this really just helps open up the eye. And you can keep going back to where you initially tapped to pull that across so that it's not so caked up in one spot. I find that this, going over it a few times, really helps make the concealer a little bit more tacky. Doesn't crease as much in the time period of you waiting to set it. I'm gonna go in with Lin right here. I feel like this is like the perfect shade. I'm gonna mix it with just a little bit of 1985, which is the shade right next to it, to keep those peachier tones, peachier, pinkier tones. And we're just gonna set that concealer. Alright guys, so once that's all set, I'm gonna go back into my JH41 and I'm gonna take the shade Super Bloom from that Physicians Formula palette again, and I'm just gonna pack it right here, very lightly on that edge. And I'm doing this in a motion where I'm patting and I'm pulling out, patting, pulling out, instead of pushing inward, because you want to keep this area of your cut crease as light as possible. We'll slowly work our way into the blend right there, but this is just going to allow us to really build up some more depth that may have been lost when doing the cut crease initially. You see how much darker this is right here than it is over here? And I'm going to bring that up on that area that we had created that angle effect with the concealer. I'm just bringing Bloom up in that area and kind of blending it above the cut crease line and beside the cut crease line, because we want an effortless blend. I'm going to take my M433 and I'm going to dip into Next and Thick Skin in Jaclyn's Volume 2. And do the same motion, flicking it outward as we go. My JH34, and we're going to pick up Comfort Zone and Perfectionist. And this time, we're going to take this a little bit more onto that cut crease to blend out any harshness from Super Bloom and Next and Thick Skin. It's just to help everything to be seamless, effortless, and just blended quickly together. Alright, and last step to complete the top part of this cut crease, I'm going to take my JH31 and dip into Back and My, top off excess, and blend that even closer into the Perfectionist Comfort Zone. Just want to make sure all of that is fully set and fully blended. I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye off camera real quick just to finish up the top half, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so off camera I went ahead and did my eyeliner as well, and I used the Mellow Cosmetics, it's a felt tip eyeliner pen to complete that eyeliner, and I did it off camera just because it's still something I'm learning to perfect, and I don't want to take too much time on camera trying to explain what I'm doing when I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Eyeliner is one thing that I've always been like sucky at, so we're learning, and when I feel I've perfected it, I will definitely do a video on how to do your eyeliner, but right now I'm just not comfortable enough doing that particular step on camera to explain to you guys what I'm doing without messing it up. I'm gonna go in with this Lash Mascara. It just says Lash. It's waterproof. It's by Maybelline. It has this really pretty spoolie, and it's just the perfect angle. It feathers out and becomes thinner at the bottom, so it's perfect for really sculpting your lash the way you want it sculpted. I'm just gonna prep my lashes for falsies by curling them down. Now, if you do not have naturally curly lashes, do not do this step, because then you're just gonna be looking at very, very flat lashes. But my eyelashes are naturally super curly, so is my hair. So I have to push my lashes down instead of curling them up with a lash curler, so that they can be prepped properly for lashes. I used to have a really hard time doing my lashes because I didn't realize how important this step would be to my makeup routine, but this has changed my life when it comes to applying lashes. So if you're somebody with really, really curly lashes, do this step and I promise you it will work. If you don't have curly lashes, use a lash curler, curl your lashes up and just apply them as you normally would apply your lashes. But my curly lash girls, all I'm doing is I'm taking something that spoolie looks like this, mascara brush that looks like this, and just combing my lashes kind of downward so they're not as curled up as they usually are, because my lashes are curly, like to the gods. So I have to push them down a bit. This is also going to help them blend to the lash a lot better than just like normal. So if you want to do this and you have not as curly lashes as I do, then do that step first, wait for your mascara to dry, like work something else on your face, and then curl your lashes up, back up, and then apply your lashes if your lashes aren't curly and you want to do that step, just because I feel like I always can see my natural lash through the false lash because I wasn't doing that step before. All that does is coats the top part in black mascara and meshes your lashes together better. And then once your lash glue is tacky enough, you set your lash right on top. This is one of those things I used to suck at, like eyeliner. I used to suck at applying false lashes. I literally hated it. I used to either not wear them or I would get my friend to apply them for me. And until I was comfortable applying them myself, I simply either just didn't do lashes or I didn't apply them on camera just because I didn't want to fuck them up. And then you guys were like, oh, this bitch don't know what she's doing. But the truth is, makeup is a learning process, and to become good, you have to practice. So that's what I did, and I found the little tips and tricks that worked for me, like combing my lashes down because my lashes are so naturally curly, and it's really helped change my lash game. Because even now, as that lash is sitting on top of my lashes, my natural lashes just started pushing themselves back up. Like the little curl down trick doesn't work super long for my lashes, but it works just long enough to be able to apply falsies. I like to apply with a mirror down below so I can look down while I'm doing this, and then adjust where needed. Another tip, I don't have any black lash glue with me right now, but if you're ever trying to mesh your lashes to your lash line better, just take like a really, really thin brush. Those little really fine lip liner brushes. You'll want to take a brush like that, put just the tiniest bit of black glue, lash glue, onto the brush, and then just take it and like pat along the edge of that lash. It's not gonna make your lashes like stick to your real lash, and it's just gonna blend your lash band into your lash line better, especially if you've done black eyeliner. It'll work really well, and it won't leave like that residue that the white lash glue would if you used white lash glue, because it dries down black instead of clear. And sometimes clear dried down can look a little bit goopy. So yeah, that's just a small tip that I learned from somebody on Instagram, and it has worked well for me in the past. But I don't need that step today because it's not like I'm really going anywhere fancy. So if the lash falls off, I can put it back on real quick. But if you're going on a night out and you're gonna be like on a Ferris wheel or something crazy, that shit will keep your lashes on and secure. Last step for my lashes, I like to take that mascara again and then blend and mesh them together underneath like this. So we're gonna push those lashes back up now, blending them into the falsie. For foundation today, I am using the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. I am in the shade Classic Ivory, and I primed with my Wet n Wild It's primer serum. And just wanted to show you guys the difference between the redness of my face over here, the side that doesn't have foundation, and the side that does have foundation. So as you can see, this is a super full coverage, radiant, glowy foundation. I am obsessed with this stuff, so definitely go to your local drugstore and pick it up. For concealer today, I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach for my very inner corner of my under eye. And then I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish in the shade Light Beige for the other high points of my face. And I'm just going to be blending that out with this cute little e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge. I'm going to be using the Ultimate Setting Powder by One Size Beauty to set my under eyes before they get creasy. Really bake under the eye because I find that dries out my eyes way too quickly. So I just like to press this into the skin and then just leave it at that. I don't put any extra unless I've done my base before my eyeshadow. So I went ahead and did my contour, very light contour. I used the Hulu Benefit bronzer. I haven't been really big into doing like too much contour lately, so that bronzer just did the perfect little wash of color that I needed. And then I am currently baking with the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder, and I'm in the shade Banana. I just feel like the yellows tones in this really help to brighten up the face. So while we're baking, I'm going to go ahead and go with my Milani Baked Blush. This is in the shade Dolce Pink, and I'm using a Morphe E4. And we're just going to heavily apply that blush and pull it upward like this, at an angle, and mesh it into that bronzer and kind of bring it up by the eye area because I did do a pink look today, and I just feel like it's gonna be really pretty to kind of mesh the eyeshadow with the blush. And it's spring, so we want to do super pink, super blushy, but not clown either, like, you know? I'm gonna take a little bit of this across my forehead too, more of a sun-kissed finish. So on my chin here, lips. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe away my bake. Be right back. So to complete this look today, I went ahead and I did my under eyelashes area, and I used the shade Bloom to just quick under there. I'm gonna go with this Milani blush palette. This is the Rose Gold Stellar Lights palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Pearl, which is the lightest shade in the palette. It is so pretty, has really beautiful pink reflex in it, and I think they're just gonna look gorgeous over top of this pink moment. Bitch. Okay. Like, where did she come from? Stunning. I also use this shade. Oh my god, that's intense. I use this shade for my brow bone and my inner corner highlight as well. You really don't need a lot of this. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm just gonna use whatever's left over on the brush to highlight the rest of my face, because holy crap. Okay, Miss Milani. Took a little bit of this Jaclyn Hill lipstick. Don't clock me, mine had nothing wrong with it. In the shade Hustle. And I put that right on the center of my lips, and then I'm gonna take this Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick in the shade Skin Tight. It has more pinky undertones to it. And I'm just gonna layer that over top of Hustle. Oh, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Setting my face with the Morphe Mist, and this is the shade, the scent Starberry. Alright everybody, that completes today's makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me spring edition. And if you want to see more videos like this one, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.